Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I went to do a best of 2015 and this edition is makeup. Now at first I was going to do like only products that I tried in 2015, but then I'm like, then I won't have like repeated products that I continuously like throughout the year. And well, throughout the years I should say. So I'm just gonna get into this. I really tried to lower the numbers of what was my favorite for the year for this category. Actually, there will be two different installments for makeup. So right now, I'm going to do my favorite face products. And then later, I'll be doing eyes and lips. So this includes tools and everything like that. So let's just go ahead and get started because I have a lot to go through. Okay, so my first favorite of the year was the Napoleon Paradis Autopilot Pre-Foundation Primer. I am almost done with this. This has been one of my favorite primers throughout the whole year because it's so hydrating. It's kind of like, it's more hydrating than the Embryolisse, if you've tried that. And I just really like this. I feel like it works really well. It's so hydrating and it's such a nice luxurious product. It's not too expensive, not like high up there, but it is a bit more than I'd like to spend on primer. But it's one of my favorites, definitely, like hands down. If you have dry skin or combo dry skin, then I highly recommend this. My next favorite of the year is the Suit 37 Air Rising Dazzling Base. I like to mix this in with my foundation for a really luminous, glowy look. I like to apply it before, kind of like as the glow from within, and then if I want, I'll apply it after foundation application for a nice highlight, nice subtle highlight. And I love the smell and it's just so wonderful. You can purchase this from websites like Korean Depart. My next favorite of the year is pretty much like the only foundation, like this was the foundation I thought of automatically when I thought about my favorite like face product of the year, or just like my favorite product of the year, period. And that is the Kogendo Aqua Foundation. This one is the one that I got when I was in Japan, so it's formulated a little differently as SPF 25 PA++ versus the US version, which has only SPF 15. So I'm actually going to try this year and grab the one from Sephora, the US version, and compare it to the Japanese version and see if there are any differences other than SPF content. I want to see what the difference in wear is and everything like that. But pretty much this has been like my favorite foundation because it just looks so unreal. Like you just feel pretty every time you wear it. Like no matter what you do, like you feel amazing when you wear it, and your skin just looks amazing. So next up are concealers. I have two. First is the NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer, which is pretty much, you know, no questions about it. It's one of my favorite concealers. The other one is the 3CE Full Cover Concealer, which I got when I was in Taiwan. I'm gonna try and find some links for you to purchase this from. So the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, it's, you know, full coverage. It's, you know, it blends flawlessly and everything like that. And then this one, the 3CE Full Cover Concealer, it is also full coverage. It goes on a bit more liquidy. It's very lightweight, which is why I love it. This is the shade in 001, which is really light, so I use that for highlighting. So I put that on my under eyes, my nose bridge, my forehead, and down here on my chin today. And it's been one of my favorites. I'm actually running low on this already, and that's kind of making me sad because now I need to go find it. My next favorite of the year I actually got from a Beautylish Lucky Bag, and I'm so happy that I did. This is the RCMA Highlighting Contouring Cream Palette, and I really love this contouring palette. I mostly use the contouring shades. You can see here, I haven't really touched these up here, but maybe I need to make a habit of doing that. But the contouring shade, this one is, let's see, S1. S1 is perfect for contouring. It has a really nice subtle look, and of course, the way it finishes, it looks just like skin. And since it's cream, if you need it darker, you can always mix it. If you need it lighter, you can always mix it. So it's very versatile. It blends beautifully, and it just, you barely need, like if you don't want to set it, you don't have to set it. But it just looks amazing. Like, it looks so natural. Definitely one of my favorites, and it's not too expensive either. My next favorite is a setting powder, and this This is no surprise actually. This is the Laura Mercier Loose Translucent Powder. I've been loving this whole year. I used it throughout the whole year except for probably the last month or so, but that's because I've been trying out other powders. But like this has been like my go-to. I have combo dry skin. And I say combo dry instead of combo oily because I cater more to my dry skin than I do my oily skin. But this still works well for me. I mainly use it to set my under eyes and my laugh lines, and then on my forehead I get a little oily. So that's what I do, and it works extremely well. It doesn't feel like too cakey or anything like that. It is extremely mattifying in my opinion. So that's one thing. If you don't like the matte look, then don't get it. But then whenever I don't want the matte look and I still need to set my under eyes, I just grab like a small eyeshadow brush, dip it in there, and go on my creases. But this has definitely been like an A+ product. Next up are blushes. So the first blush I want to talk about is the Milani Rose Blush in Romantic Rose. This has been like my favorite ever since I first purchased it whenever it came out. I've been using it like non-stop. It's such a pretty color, and I feel like it kind of complements any look. If that, you know, I feel like it kind of complements any look, and it just, the packaging as well is really phenomenal. The next blush I want to talk about is the ColourPop Super Shock Cheek. This one is in quarters. I really love all of them. My favorite is Between the Sheets, but then I handed that to my mom. So yeah, so I need to replace that one. But quarters is definitely such a gorgeous one. I wear that quite often. And it's just the formula is so good. It's long wearing, it goes on easily, it blends easily, and it's just, the price point is also amazing. So props to you, ColourPop. Like always, like all of your products are amazing. My next two are highlighters and other things. First up is the Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow Face Sculpt and Highlight. This one is in light to medium, and it is so gorgeous. I haven't even reviewed this yet because I got this last month. I haven't reviewed it, but here it is. It's, now you know, it's one of my favorites for the year 2015. I just got it, but it's so gorgeous. The bronzer is really gorgeous. It's so subtle. And I think that's the point of it though. Like, it's so subtle and it's so like, you don't even notice it, but when you put it on, like, you look sculpted. Like, you look amazing. And then the highlighter is so gorgeous. It gives you this ethereal, like, this ethereal glow, and it's what I have on right now. And it's just like, it's so gorgeous. It's subtle, but it's like, it is like, it just is. And this whole palette is everything. This palette is everything. Like the contents and everything. Everything. Definitely like one of my favorite products this year. It's so luxurious. Like, just look at the packaging, and it performs beautifully. The next face product I have is the Kevyn Aucoin Celestial Highlighter in Candlelight. And I got this not too long ago, and the reason why I got it actually was because I swatched it in their contouring book, volume 2 I believe, and I was like, holy crap, I need this. Like, I was going to buy the contouring book just for this, but I'm like, am I really gonna spend, like, do I really need to spend $20 more just to get the highlight, like, just to get the highlighter? But then I was like, no, just calm down and buy only the highlighter. So that's what I did. And I bought it when Sephora had their 20% off, 20% off, 25% off, 20% off for VIB Rouge, and that's what I did. And okay, so it was kind of tough to decide between this and the Hourglass Ambient highlighter. Let's see, the one in the middle. So I was kind of torn between which one to choose because I really loved both. But then whenever you see the swatches, the Hourglass one has like glitter in it, and this one definitely, this one looks smoother, and it just looks more radiant, like a natural kind of radiance. Like, it looks smooth, and you just feel, it just looks so natural, like it looks natural. Which is why it's one of my favorites for this year. My next favorite for the year is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Setting Spray. Yes, Pro Set and Spray Setting Spray. And this has been one of my favorites because it was kind of unexpected. Like, I know some people, they're like, don't like it, but I actually really like it. It's expensive for the drugstore, in my opinion. Depending on where you go, it can be $13.99 or $16.99. But then L'Oreal always has coupons in the mail, and then you have apps like Cartwheel for Target, or you know, just things like that. So you can get it for money off. But like for the drugstore, I feel like this is such a good setting spray. Like, it was my go-to. I took it with me. I think I took it with, I took it with me when I traveled this past summer. And it performs really well for the drugstore, in my opinion. And the price point, you know, some people say it's expensive for the drugstore, but when you compare it to like buying other setting sprays from like high-end, it's still cheaper. You know, it's still cut in half and everything like that. And it's such a good find, and it works extremely well. So definitely one of my favorites for this year. And now I have two favorites left. And they're both tools. So the first favorite is the Wayne Goss Holiday Brush, or it's now called the Brush 00, because they've made it permanent finally, and they got a new holiday brush. So this has been one of my favorite brushes for this year. It's so soft. It blends everything so well. I use this for highlighter, and I use it for bronzer for the most part, because I like to keep it kind of special. And it just works so well. I just washed it, and so like now it's all clean and everything. It's not as poofy as it usually is, but definitely one of my favorite brushes. It is like the most expensive brush I own, and there's a reason for that, because it's such high quality. It performs extremely well. It's so soft, and it's everything in the world. Like, you need this brush. If you don't have it, you need this brush. I'm probably gonna get the white bristled one next, because why shouldn't I have a pair? Yeah. And then my last favorite for face products, for makeup face products, would be this Artis Oval 6 brush, which artist brushes have gotten a lot of buzz lately because they're so good. Like, they're so freaking good. I got the Oval 6 a while back, and I never reviewed it. I don't know why. I never got the chance. I just never got around to reviewing it. But the reason why I got the Oval 6 was because of all of them, I think this was the most versatile because of its size. You can use it on your face, you can use it for powder, concealer, you know, you can use it for pretty much anything, blush, and it will work well. It's so densely packed. Your foundation or your concealer will be full coverage just because you pat it in there. I usually use this to conceal blemishes and everything like that, because I'll dot concealer and then I'll just tap, 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 tap. Very, very small, you know, very short taps. I don't like swoop it around. I just tap, 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 and then like, it's magic. I really love this brush. Definitely one of my favorite brushes from this year. That's it for my favorites, my makeup favorites for the face. So complexion products, I guess you could say. Yeah, so please stay tuned for the next installment, which will be makeup products for the eyes and lips. Yeah, eyes, lips, that includes brows, lashes, everything like that. So stay tuned, and I will see you soon. Please like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and bye.